$2.6 million from just 3 ads. That is what I'm going to be going through today. The reason I'm going to be going through that today is because I take a lot of consulting calls where we go through strategy, we go through working creators, we go through systems. I had one the other day and we turned up and we realized that we didn't have an agenda. Like we forgot to make an agenda for the call. So I just said, look, let me go and show you some winning ads that we're making right now. I'll just riff on them. And by the end of the session, we went through like 4 or 5 ads. The guy said, like, dude, this was the most valuable session we've done by far. And I was like, okay, great. That's interesting. So today I'm going to share some ads with you guys, some ads that have worked and why I think they have worked. So let's get into the first ad. This is an ad that we made for licorice.com in Q4 of last year. Absolutely murdered inside the ad account. You'll see why in a moment. One of my favorite ads that we've made to this day. So let's watch it through and then I'll break down why I think it works so well.
This is what a real piece of licorice is supposed to be like. Soft, gummy, sweet.
My dad is obsessed with this freaking licorice.
He already finished this one, and he's on his second.
You have a problem. You have a problem.
So I think I found the best licorice ever.
Oh, whoa.
This is from licorice.com. This is super fresh, packaged, sent straight to you, and is way higher quality, way more flavor than you ever have in the local candy store. I've never had anything like that. That is good.
They've got almost 42,000 5-star reviews. This is the perfect gift for licorice lovers.
This is awesome. Where'd you get this?
Yay! Licorice.com.
So you need to head over to licorice.com and give it a try.
What I love about this is that there are so many clips in this ad that are just great ugly clips. Starting from the hook. I mean, him waving this licorice in front of the camera, making you think like, what is that? The stitch incoming, him walking down the street holding his iPhone. These are just tiny things that really do add up. And when I am making ads, especially when we're going for this like ugly type ad, I'm always thinking about like throughout every stage of the process, from strategy to content creation to editing, if this guy were posting this ad on the organic feed and he was just talking about licorice because he loved licorice, how would he do it? Like, would he set his tripod up and set a ring light up behind it and then start talking in front of the camera like this? Or would he be walking down the road? Or like, would he be sitting on his sofa holding his iPhone like this? And there are multiple clips in this ad that are what I class as ugly clips. So you've got the one of the stitching coming at the start in the hook. You've got the second one, which I love. Not only is it a car clip, which I spoke about before on the channel, for whatever reasons, car clips just tend to appear in multiple of our best performers. I think it's just because like it just feels very organic when you have someone setting up the phone and talking into it in the car. It looks like something you see on the organic feed. This takes it to the next level because it's not just in a car, but it's like filming someone else in a car, which seems incredibly organic. Like, when have you seen ads filmed from this perspective? You don't usually see it. So I love this clip, and she goes, my dad is addicted to this freaking licorice. Great emotive language used there. And as we go throughout the ad, then we start to get a little bit more salesy, cover a little bit more of the value props, which I'm fine with because we've got their attention with the organic clips at the start of the ad. But we're still using them. We still cut back to Barry in the car again, once again here, talking from this angle that seems very authentic, very organic, as if you would see this on your feed. He's talking from this angle. Then we go through some more value props, some more social proof, which is great. And once again, a taste test with the dad. So when I'm looking at this and thinking about like the other brands that we work with, and for you watching this right now, I'm thinking about how can we create shots that like feel native to this product. Like, you would eat licorice just chilling on the sofa. You would eat licorice as you're like, driving and you just taking a handful of it. So, I mean, I'm going to put up an example on the screen now of a great ad. I'm not going to play this ad through because it's 2 minutes, but it's honestly, again, one of my favorite ads that we haven't made is this. It's a founder ad from one of the ladies at Oyo Skincare, talking about their products in an environment where it feels native. Like, you would talk about skincare products just having come out of the shower. So for your product, where would it feel native to talk about it? If you've got a cooking product, you talk about it in the kitchen. If you've got a skincare product, you talk about it in your room or in the bathroom. One thing I also love about this ad, which I will leave a link to in the description, is how like raw and ugly this edit is. Once again, like on the organic feed, you do not see a load of like cuts to B-roll and soundtracks, sound effects, transitions, all that kind of stuff. You see very raw and ugly edits. I'm starting to see this more and more now. Like the other version of this that she posted didn't even have captions. There's no soundtrack, there's no effects, no anything. It's just her storytelling, talking to the camera. Great ugly ad. And someone in the comments here actually backed up with numbers. Apparently it was it was their latest winner at the time when Fraser checked. So yeah, thinking about how you can visually telegraph to your customers by talking about the product in the scenario which the product would actually be used, not the scenario which is like, I've paid a creator to stand in front of a camera in their kitchen and talk about this product that's not for someone to use in their kitchen. And there's a great example of this in this ad that we made for NVIDIA, which once again did very well inside the ad account. Look at how, like, before he's even opened his mouth, we've visually telegraphed to the people that they're trying to speak to by using the equipment around him, by having the mic here and the laptop here, and he's got the headphones on, he's got the glasses. He feels like someone in their demographic. So someone who is into that kind of stuff is going to be inclined to stop and listen to what he has to say versus speak in an environment where like he doesn't look like a tech guy. And this is the point of ugly ads. Like, it's not about who can make the ugliest ad and who can like make their lighting look the worst and who can make, you know, have their poor audio and like awful captions. It's not about that. It's about thinking of the people on the other side of that ad, working out what content they consume organically. In this case, like the tech crowd, they usually are used to consuming content that's a little bit more produced, that has equipment around. If it is like if it's someone talking about like health and supplements, that might be something like a fake podcast where someone is educating someone. If it's just general, like the general audience, like it was for licorice.com, it might be something that is less produced because most people consume ugly content on the organic feed. So thinking about who the person is on the other side of the ad, what content they consume organically, then creating something that feels like it blends in to stand out, because that's how you will visually telegraph to the people that you are trying to get across to. So once again, before he's even opened his mouth here, we have been able to get the attention or get relevant attention from people that you want to get attention from. And I'm going to switch gears now and talk about one more ad that is absolutely crushed inside our ad accounts. And this is not an ugly ad. This is another mashup. But there are definitely a lot of lessons that we can take from this nonetheless. So I'm going to play it through and then we can break it down together.
Holy check out his moves. How the is he managing that?
Well, it's simple, because he's wearing the perfect jean.
They're insanely comfy and stretchy. I can do pretty much anything in them, and I mean anything.
These jeans strike the perfect balance with great stretch, 6 different fits, and a variety of stylish finishes.
They're super soft and durable, feels like I'm wearing sweats, and they look good on.
I just got some denim from The Perfect Jean. It's an NYC-based company, and for the fit, okay, come on now. Happy with this look. Chef's kiss. Go grab a pair right now at theperfectjean.nyc and let me know how you like the fit.
What I love about this ad are the exaggerated visuals. When you are going for a non-ugly ad, you can be more expansive with the visuals that you're using because you're not trying to trick people into thinking like this is something on the organic feed. This is just a straight direct response ad. So we could show someone stretching the jeans. We could show someone squatting. We could show someone like pulling the jeans out to showcase the main value prop is the stretch. Or we could show someone doing a karate kick. Like, what do you think is going to be more interesting or compelling to someone watching this on the other side of this hook? And the cool thing is, like, we actually came up with this hook via ChatGPT. Like, you can go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I sell a pair of jeans. I'm looking for some expansive hooks, some exaggerated hooks that are going to be scroll-stopping visuals for my Facebook ad creatives. Come up with 10 crazy ideas that I can shoot on my iPhone without like a crazy budget or something like that. Something like that is literally the prompt that we would have used to come up with this idea, and it's just someone doing karate kicks in a park. Yeah, you got people looking in the background, which makes it even better. Great hook. I can't remember what the hook on this ad was, but it wasn't a low hook rate. I'm pretty sure. One other thing I love about this ad is how well the copy flows from one line to another. It really feels like, you know, you just get carried through the ad and before you know it, you're at the end of the ad. And that is by design. When I looked at the ads that we've made historically that have performed, like there's all different types of formats, all different types of creators, different types of brands, different types of industries. What has remained consistent is the copywriting has always been good. Like good direct response copywriting is the backbone of good ad creative. And it comes from doing the research properly, which is something that I've spoke about a lot of times on this channel. There's a video somewhere on the screen where I literally go through my entire research process. But if you can do the research, like go through the ad comments, go through the customer reviews, the competitor reviews, go through the Reddit forums, the TikTok posts, the YouTube short, and go through all the comments on those. Like find out the nuances in how your customers communicate about the product or about the problem, like, and then relay that back to them in your advertising. That's how you're going to create ads that feel like a customer talking to a customer rather than business talking to a customer. Here, we've said, I can do anything in them and pretty much anything. We know that the perfect gene, like in their ad comments, they always get like guys being like, you know, tongue-in-cheek humor and just being very relaxed and chilled and like pretty, like very like a guy's guy. So we use that in our ads. Like I can do anything in them, pretty much anything. And I mean anything with the winky face. Like we could say, you can do anything in these jeans. They're so stretchy, they're so flexible. Or we could say it like this. Extract the perfect balance, great stretch, 6 different fits, and various styles. Here we've got super soft and durable. It feels like I'm wearing sweats. Again, this is not like proper English. It's not like how you would speak as a business to a customer. This literally came from a customer review. Like we are taking the stuff from the reviews and we're relaying it back to them. And that's how like this ad feels, like it flows from one line to the next. It's great copywriting, and I feel like it plays a big part in why this ad went and did very well inside the ad account. And you might be watching this and thinking, like, I don't have the same tone as a perfect gene. I can't be as out there with what I'm saying or what I'm showing in my ads. But the same process still applies. Like you should still be going through, doing all that research, working out like the nuances in how your customers communicate and how they talk about your products and your problems, and then relaying those words and phrases back to them in your ad copy or in your in the scripts that you're writing for your ads. One thing that's also probably played a part here for the perfect gene is that they get a lot of comments saying like, I'm a big guy, like I'm not gonna fit into these. Or like, do they have these in my size? If you get comments or like basically an objection that's like, is this going to work for me? That's when you want to deploy a load of mashups. The reason why mashups worked really well for this brand is the reason why mashups work really well for cosmetics brands, because people say like, is it gonna work for my hair or my skin or my whatever? If you get that objection, then that's where I would deploy a lot of mashups like the ad here. We have tried some single-based stuff for them and it hasn't worked anywhere near as well as the mashups inside the account. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see me actually going through the process and building an ad for a brand, click the video here because that is my full process on how I go about doing creative strategy when I am doing it for brands. So yeah, click the link and I will see you over there.